welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Olivia from Making It Millennial, and every Friday I do cash stuffing envelopes like this one. This one will be a little bit different because we do have to talk about one of our sinking funds is getting taken away and added to other sinking funds. And then we did have a couple expenses this month in our doctor and baby category that we'll go over. And I'm also going to be starting a new savings project this week, which is why I have a couple of $100 bills where typically my amount for our cash stuffing every week is $200. This week I have about $550 here, but $350 will be going into this little box. So let's start off with talking about that. The $350, pretend it's $351. I didn't want to go into the bank and ask for 5 ones, so we're just gonna round up the odd single numbers to either amounts of 5s or 0s. So every week of the year, so there are 52 weeks in the year. Right now, this is the 26th week. So what I should have been doing if I had started on January 1st was the first week of the year, add $1, the second week, add 2, the third week, add 3, and so on. So since this is the 26th week, I should have weeks 1 through 26 all together. So the amount that totals is $351. And again, since I didn't want to go into the bank and get ones, I just took out $350. Since I also don't have ones this week to add to my $1 box, which is just for saving every $1 bill that we come across. And then at the end of the year, we'll count that up and see how much we were able to save. But since we don't have any $1 bills this week, I'm just going to put my $350. So 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 50. I'm going to put this $350 in my same little area that I keep my $1 bills and then set that aside. So we will count that up at the end of the year, and I believe the weekly savings goal should get us somewhere around $1,300 at the end of the year. I'm gonna have to double check my math. I didn't have that written down in front of me. But now that we have that $350 set aside, and that is just an extra savings fund that we can use at the end of the year towards whatever we want, or add to a sinking fund if we so choose. Let's start with our revolving funds. So I'm gonna move our sinking funds out of the way. So we can see we ended the month, or ended this week rather, with baby having $25 left in it. I originally had $145, but when I went to the bank, I took out $120 from baby to cover some expenses that I bought earlier this month. I put on the credit card so that I could get the cash rewards, and then I took $120 out of the bank to add to my debit so that I could pay off the credit card. It's a little roundabout, but it's the best of both worlds of making sure I don't spend too much on my credit card while still getting the cash reward points for it. So we have 25 in baby. Car maintenance, we're at 210 still. Dentist, I'm at 95. Doctor, we had to do a little bit of moving around with our doctor fund this week because my husband did have to go in and get his foot looked at, which was unexpected. So we have $40 in that. Our grocery bill, or our grocery envelope, I'm actually getting rid of. So on this new week, I'm going to cross off groceries and just have this as an empty space because I'm not gonna set aside cash for groceries anymore because I do factor it into my monthly spending. So since I already have it factored into my monthly spending budget, I don't really need to set aside cash for it. And just for sanitary reasons, I find it easier to just use my debit card or my credit card and then pay it off later. For laundry, we're at $75. And this month, while we were pet sitting for my in-laws, I was actually able to get a lot of laundry done over at their house. So we had practically 2 weeks where we didn't have to pay for laundry, which was such a blessing. And I was able to do all of baby's laundry this month without having to spend any money on that. So that was super helpful. So we didn't need to take any money out for laundry to exchange into quarters because I still have so much in quarters from this month that I think will be totally set in July. So $75 in laundry and $40 in spending. So I will open this up and we can start stuffing. So for baby, I will be adding $10. So I'll take my 10 and add that. So 25 plus 10 will get me 35. Our next envelope is car maintenance, and that will be getting 25. So I'll put my 5 in front and then my 20 in the back. So that will have $235. My dentist, I'm going to add $20 to. So this will go from $95 to $115. Doctor, I am going to be adding 15. So that will get us $55. Groceries we took out. Laundry, I'm going to add 10. So we'll put that in there. That'll take us to 85. And spending, I will be adding 10 to. So that will take us from $40 to $50. So now I can get rid of this piece of paper because that was for last week. And this new piece of paper, I will put in front here so that I can see exactly how much I have in each of my revolving funds. So baby, 35, car maintenance, 235, dentist, 115, doctor, 55, laundry, 85, and spending, 50. So now we will go to our sinking funds. And just like we got rid of one of our categories for our revolving funds, I'm also going to be getting rid of one of our categories for our sinking funds. So after thinking about it long and hard, I decided that I am going to get rid of my new car fund. The car that I have right now, while it's not my dream car, it is totally functional. It has really low mileage on it. I'm able to get the car seat in and out while accommodating my dog and my husband and I. And it's a relatively new car. So it's a 2014 Mazda 3. So I'm totally fine with it. And that new car fund that I want to get, I can just push off to the side. My big priority right now is my house fund and my 3 to 6 month savings. So I really want to make sure I am pouring all of my energy into those two, because my husband and I do want to eventually find a house. And if we're able to, stay in California. So since that's going to be a little bit pricier, I really want to focus on our house fund. So we took away our new car fund, and that's why you can see over here I was able to add $100 to our house fund, $100 to our 3 to 6 month savings, and then that extra $5 was put into dentist, which is why we were at 95 last week. So we will start stuffing. So for our house fund, I'm going to be adding $40. So that puts us at $410, which is 4.1% of our goal. I can't check anything off just yet, but hopefully by next week we'll be able to cross off our first milestone of $500 for that one, which will be super exciting. Okay, so for my 3 to 6 months savings, I will be adding $40. So I'm gonna grab my last two 20s, put that in there, and I am going from 2080 to 2120. Oops, put the comma in the wrong spot. Wish I had 21,000. That is 38.55% of our goal. Got a little pin on the table. There we go. So if I turn this over, I am able to cross off my my fourth milestone for my 3 to 6 months, which is exciting. We have over $2,000 in there now. So our next milestone will be $2,500. For Christmas fund, I am starting off with 165 and I will be adding 15. Which will get me to 180, which is 45% of that goal. So I can't cross that off yet. The next $20 I'll be able to cross off because we'll get to 200. And for birthday gifts, I am also adding 15. So $180 is 90% of our $200 goal for that one. So I can't cross this one off yet either, but I can get rid of this. So now I will take my new updated sheet for my sinking funds and we can look at it really quickly. So we have $410 in our house fund, which is 4.1% of my $10,000 goal. My 3 to 6 month savings, we're at $2,120, which is 38.55% of my $5,500 goal. My Christmas fund and my birthday fund are both at $180, which is 45% of my $400 goal for Christmas and 90% complete of my $200 goal for birthday. So I'll put that in here so I can divide it from my revolving funds. And that is that. So that was it for this video. It was pretty straightforward and simple. Not a whole lot of having to rearrange anything because I did it earlier this week. So we got rid of 2 of our goals or 2 of our envelopes. So now we are able to add more money into the envelopes that we do have. And also with our weekly savings now. So next week I'll be adding $27 in there and I'm excited to watch that grow along with our $1 savings challenge. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out the description box below. I will have my link to my Etsy shop for my cash envelopes that I use, as well as some colored cash envelopes too. And be sure to check that out. I will see you guys next week. Bye.